Hi there, good morning, it's Stuart at Fabric Mouse. Interesting video today. We're talking about overlock rage, which is a very real thing that can affect people. I don't know if you've ever noticed this when you're at class before. People have often a bit of fabric or a bit of ribbon tied around the scissors. A lot of the time they talk about it and they say it's so the husband or someone else doesn't accidentally use the scissors for cutting paper. These are just for fabric. It's not really the case. It's actually to do with overlock rage. So yes, it means they are only for cutting fabric, but the real reason is so you don't accidentally harm someone that messes with your overlocker or borrows your overlocker and gives it back to you with a different colour thread on it. God forbid if they would ever do something like this, return the overlocker to you. And why would anyone do that? But they would put a different colour thread on it when they did it. Just simply, yeah, why would they do that? Or give it back to you unthreaded. Or they've given it back and while they've been carrying it or moving it in the car, they've changed one of the tension units and it's not set up properly for what you're wanting to do. So yeah, overlocker rage can take all shapes and sizes. It's a bit like road rage, but worse. What we find with people is it's uncontrollable. You do get upset, but worse than that, there's a fear to it as well, mainly to do with this here. As you know, all overlockers do come with a thing on the front saying, "Abandon all hope, ye who enter here," which is the inscription in Dante's Inferno, talking about the gates of hell, and we all know what torment lies behind those gates. But yeah, as we know, all overlockers do contain that. They may not be wrote on your overlocker, but it is there, and you do get the feeling of doom when you do need to come and open up these gates. Now, be careful when we do go inside. Obviously, there is a nest of spiders in here, and that's exactly what we see when we need to rethread our overlockers. There is an easy solution to what we're looking at here. It's a lot of practice. You can get away with threading this overlocker yourself. You don't always need to bring it into your dealer to do it for you. The other solution is to look at a different overlocker. Now today what we're going to do is we're going to take you over safely away from this one. We'll take you through our shop again. We'll take you over here. The clever people over at Babylock have come up with a solution to this fear, to the dread of your overlocker. It doesn't need to sit in your cupboard for 10 years not doing anything. While you use your sewing machine, that takes 4 times as long just because you've got the wrong colour thread on your overlocker. Now, if we look at this overlocker, you can see there's no inscription, there's no worry. Over here, I've got several things. Now, it's not threaded. Now, why would someone do that to us? We're trying to look at an overlocker here, but if we do have a little look inside this Babylock Acclaim, it looks a lot different. There's no doom, there's no realms of hell here. We literally just have a very smooth looking overlocker with a few little features that seem quite strange and different to overlockers. So we've got a little button saying push to thread here, and we've got another one down here saying push to thread with an L and a U, which I'm assuming is your lower looper and your upper looper. And we've got another device here for overlocking or serging, and one for threading. And the other thing that I can't see is there's no tension discs here to for us to move when we're moving the overlocker or pulling it out the cupboard or getting it from under the table, or using a new type of fabric, and we need to alter everything so that we sort of use the right settings here. One of the other things about overlocker rage that we've heard from our customers is the constant sickness of grandparent photos and of the grandchildren and the children on their phones, because they need to look through those pictures just to find the pictures of their tension discs and the pictures of the fabric, so they know what setting on their overlocker to use whenever they're changing the fabrics. Obviously it could be quite annoying, but with this machine it looks like it will completely take care of all your tension and all your threading. So those photos, you can don't have to worry about your phone. You can just have that space for family photos, which is a nice little feature on this machine. So they call it a Revolution air threading system, Babylock. I think we need to have a look and see exactly how this machine is going to save us. Right, okay, we've got this set up, we've got it powered up. We've got a few little features here, so we're going to flick it down to threading. It doesn't seem to have done anything here, so what we'll do is we'll line these loopers up, because they do look like little tubes here. There we go. Looks like it's fired over, it's set itself up, and it's ready to be threaded. So I'll take our first thread. We're not worried about using an orange thread because we believe that we're going to be able to change it quite easily if we want to. So we'll pull this orange through. We're just going to put it here into this L, and don't know if you see it there, we have a looper threaded already. So we'll go back and we'll try that again with this, with the upper looper. Now, I'm not feeling any dread here. I'm not worried about it. I'm not concerned. I'm just sort of feeling quite calm and quite amazed by how the machine works. Oh, and there again. We've now got another thread coming through our upper looper. So that's the bottom of the machine, completely threaded, without the worry of sort of doing it. Now, we've got a lot of machines on the market these days that will do that. The new amazing thing that Babylock have managed to do here is if we come around and we go to thread our needles, we also have this new button which is telling us to push to thread here as well. So what we've done is that's sucked, instead of it being a blowing mechanism, that's sucked the thread through the eye of the needle on this side. There we go. We have our loopers threaded and our needles threaded. We're ready to go by the looks of it. We don't need to worry about our settings. If we lift our foot up, let's have a little quick go and see. Without sorting these threads out, if we can get it to stitch, we flick this back to overlocking, those tubes will go away. We've just got a little bit of fleece here, just run this off without changing any settings, so we'll just see how it copes with it straight off. So that is unbelievable. We have got an absolutely perfect stitch. We didn't need to lay the threads out, it just picked the threads up within a couple of stitches and it's pulled out. Wonderful stitch quality, very even, overlocking perfectly. If we flip it to the inside, which is the important bit, we've got no pulls on the seams or anything. It has fed the fabric and stitched it perfectly within a couple of minutes. So we can actually now put a nice colour thread on that we would want to use for most applications, and you're set. But you don't need to worry about threading it, you don't need to worry about your tensions. This machine will take all of your fear of overlockers away. What you'll find is you will use it a lot more. It will not stay in the cupboard. You will use it instead of your sewing machine much more, which was what the overlocker you had was promised for in the first place, but never really delivered because of that fear of the overlocker. Also, obviously, you can take that off your scissors. You don't need to worry about the person next to you in class. Obviously, you can be a lot calmer and a lot happier sewing. Thanks for visiting Fabric Mouse. It has been quite an informative video. I hope you've liked it. If you do, please press like, please share it. If you're on Facebook, let other people see what you can do with the Babylock. And we'd love to see you in the shop. We have lots more machines you can come and use, come and try out. So thank you very much, and it was Stuart from Fabric Mouse.